Okay. Let me ask you this, because you was talking about generational wealth as well, Kim. Someone that may be looking at this that potentially may be looking to get into real estate investing. Do you have any tips and advice for them if they're looking to get into like investing into real estate per se?
Yeah, well, I'm going to say right now is not the time to really, and I want to sell everybody a house or commercial real estate, but because the price of houses are matching how much you can collect in rent, unless you bought it free of a loan, is not as much as a benefit to you right now because it's so close and how much rent being collected to what the mortgage is. The rates are lower now for investment loans, but it still matches up where it's not that much of a profit. At the same time, if you have the financial ability to hold on to the property and you really don't need it to be like your only income, then it may be good for you. But if it's a multifamily, now you have more opportunities to collect a monthly rent out of one loan, because you got one loan for this multi-unit. So you probably could make some money out of that. But first-time investors usually buy one unit, buy one single-family property, attached or detached. You know, they'll buy that. Condos are great to buy if they don't have HOAs. Those are good investments as well.
Why they're good to buy if they don't have HOAs in terms of condos?
Because in a condo, you have usually less responsibility to keep it up. Like the outside of the condo is being kept by the HOA, or you know, it's less of a roof you got to take care of, less of siding you got to take care of. But sometimes HOAs cost a bit too much. On average, they could be, if it's a high-rise condo, they can be between $300 and $400 a month. Yeah, or if it's, you know, attached town home or something, it probably could be around like $100 and something. A month. A month. But when I was speaking about generational wealth, I was also thinking about the fact that we have our baby boomers that's passing on right now, and because we weren't taught it wasn't enforced or taught as much about purchasing homes. Like you got to know somebody to really know what you're doing with purchasing a home. So usually first-time buyers don't have an experience to lean back on. So that's the same thing with generational wealth. They don't know how to sell grandmama's house or auntie house that didn't have any children, you know, and in order to do that, everybody started talking about all these trusts and stuff. Most people don't know about a trust, how to address probate if you don't have a will, and it's not that hard. So that's actually where I'm advocating right now in real estate, is helping people to handle their generational wealth. And from the beginning, when you buy a house from me, I already set you up in the beginning to be able to pass it along to your children, your nieces and nephews, or some people like to pass them on to a nonprofit, you know, or their college. People, you can do that. And the asset then becomes whoever you give it to, not only an individual, but also an organization.
Okay. Can you speak a little bit more about trust? And, you know, any educational knowledge you have on trust as a whole? Like, can you speak a little bit more on that?
So, when you're a first-time buyer, and we're just speaking as first-time buyers, if you're a first-time buyer and you're getting a first-time buyer loan like a FHA, FHA doesn't like to see you do trust. They have the right to say that you can put it in a will, because when you put it in a trust, you're taking away FHA rights somewhat to foreclose on you. So Georgia, and every state is different with their real estate laws. Our real estate laws are kind of weak. So it kind of put the lender in a situation when you put it in a trust. They can still get your house, but when you put it in a trust, as well as taxes, like property taxes, it kind of throw our tax commissioner for a loop in Georgia as well. So the trust can sometimes cause a little more issues for a first-time buyer. But if you know that you have multiple family homes, putting it in a trust give an organization to the finances of a family, because it's the family home.
Yeah.
And the government can't really touch you. It's the trust. It's the trust. The trust has all liabilities for whatever is in it. So not only do you put a home in a trust, you can put your car in a trust. You can put your bank account in a trust.
Yeah.
And it kind of make that trust become a person that now has the liability opposed to you having the liability.
Gotcha.
And you don't have to go to probate court and deal with all that nonsense in order to move along the business of the family or your personal business.
And can you speak a little bit more something you had said in reference to people that don't have a will and have a home? What normally happens there, if a person...
So if you don't have a will and you have a home, it becomes the property of the state.
Yeah.
Because you didn't say you was leaving it to anyone.
Yeah.
So that becomes the property of the state. And that's the reason why we have probate court. So then probate court says, is anybody going to be responsible for this property or these things? If not, then we're going to take it, and then the probate court, the government, can decide what to do with those assets. So you have people that buy houses off probate.
Yeah.
Yeah, or walk up and take responsibility for the estate of John Doe who nobody spoke up for. So probate court is not that hard to manage. And again, that's something that Cox and Company will do and help with when you buy a house from us, is to make sure you understand what those processes are as far as probate. So if you listing your great aunt house and you don't know how to go about becoming the executive of that estate, or you're in probate court and you need help with navigating that, then we have a team of people to help you do that. Okay. But you have to go through probate court when there's not a will. You got to get a court date. You got to go file documents. The state of Georgia does not help you complete those documents. Now, there are some judges that are running for office, and that's their platform, is that they're going to create opportunities for people to be there at the courthouse to help you file legal documents, which I agree that should be.
Hello, this is G Bass, Rise of the 1%, Rise Media. We on this Saturday evening about to get ready to knock out some podcast episodes with some individuals here in the city of Atlanta making some big moves. You can see here, look, this is how it goes down. Here when our guests come and sit down with myself, G Bass, other Rise of the 1% of Rise Media, to have that conversation. To share the story, share the journey, share what you got going on. So listen, everybody got a story, everybody got a journey, and then you got some things going on, then you definitely can get with us and see if it'll be a fit to be on the Rise of 1% podcast and actually have that discussion with myself. It's going to be a link to a form you can fill out. You said www.theriseof1%.com/pod form. Again, www.theriseof1%.com/pod form. It's going to be in this video. You can fill that out, and we can see if there'll be a fit for you to come on and have that conversation with myself. If you don't fill out the form, then obviously it's not for you, and that's fine. We're looking for those that's serious. Those that's serious about rising to the top 1% are already in the 1%. That's what we're looking to sit down with myself right here. As you can see, Rise Media, Rise of the 1%. This is how we get down. And we have a great time and have a lot of fun doing it. So once again, if you're serious, make sure you fill out the form. We'll look over the form, see if it's a fit. If it's a fit, we'll reach out. If not, we won't reach out. We'll just continue to move forward. But with that said, this is G Bass. See you soon. Have a great one on purpose.